Hi guys, welcome back to Sunday League to Champions League. My name is Chris, aka Big Will, and today we have a transfer roundup and our first game away from home against Concord in Season 2. Hopefully we can get a good start this season, but it's going to take a little bit of time for the team to gel, and we've taken a lot of players on for this new season. Given the fact that we did release quite a few players, and we've changed the tactics around ready for this season as well. So in terms of our tactics, we are going for a 4-3-3. I have made it up a little bit the way I want it, rather than going straight in for a gegenpress, which is the way I like to play. But in pre-season, we've been very, very strong with this formation. We're just having a standard set back five with two central defenders and fullbacks, with the goalkeeper on a defensive positioning. We've got our ball-winning midfielder and a box-to-box midfielder, with a general central midfielder who will get in and around in the attacking midfield role, and he'll cover in and around the other side of midfield and defensively as well. We've got two inside forwards out wide, so they're going to be cutting inside and trying to push on. And then we've got a pressing forward up front who will be trying to press onto the defenders and the goalkeeper to win the ball back higher up the pitch. So, in terms of our pre-season with this formation, as you can see, we've been absolutely outstanding. Yes, we played all of these teams aren't particularly very good, but I wanted to do it where we have friendlies very, very frequently, just so we can get player fitness up and the players get an understanding of the formation. We've been at home for all the friendlies as well, and as you can see, we've been scoring plenty of goals in this formation. Our toughest friendly was Wrexham under 21s at home. And even there, we managed a good 4-2 win. And with scoring plenty of goals, I'm hoping we can take that into our league form. We are predicted by the media to finish 6th this season. So apparently I've done quite well with the signings, and the media seem to think that we're going to have a very strong season. So in terms of the signings, we are looking at 4 more signings at the moment, a right back, a left back and 2 central midfielders on loan. And for actual permanent deals, the first signing here is Jacob Marsden. He's going to be our substitute goalkeeper. He's a very determined character. He's got good jumping reach and aerial reach. His command of his area isn't that great, but in terms of general ratings for his goalkeeping attributes as such, he's not too bad. And at 26 years of age, he'll bring that little bit more experience into that area of the pitch, and he can still improve as well. He's got 4-star potential ability, so hopefully he will be a good signing for future reference, with Alex Akers having attracted a little bit of interest at one point, but he will remain our #1 goalkeeper. We've brought in Nana Owusu Gimya, who is going to be our main right back this season. Like I say, we are trying to get another right back in on loan, so at the moment Owusu Gimya is our main right back. He's only 2-star current ability. Now when I signed him originally, he was actually a 3-star, but he's got 4.5-star, 5-star potential-ish. He's not too bad with his physicals, and he's got very good fitness, which is something that we do need. And he's not a very determined character, but I think he will develop nicely. He is only 18 years of age, so hopefully he can have a good season. All of these players, by the way, have only signed 1-year contracts, so depending on how things work out, they might not end up staying at the club, but we'll have to wait and see. We've brought in a centre-back called Cam Condola. He's a 2.5-star to 3-star current ability, again 5-star potential. He's got heading of 10, which isn't too bad. His marking and tackling and positioning quite reasonable, but he's a very he concentrates very well, but he's not a very determined character. Whether that will play a massive part or not, I'm not too sure. Physical wise, he's not too bad either. Could have do with some work on his strength, but he's not too bad, and I'm quite happy to have brought him in. Justin Hanks, now he is the best signing that we've made in my opinion. He's a centre back who can also play at right back, and he's 4-star current ability with 5-star potential. And as you can see from his attributes, in terms of the defensive attributes especially, heading 11, marking 11, tackling 13, positioning 10, determination of 15, and his physicals are fantastic for this level. He is certainly going to be a player that we're going to be relying on in that back four. Filosof Mabet is another young centre-back, 18 years of age. Again, only 2-star current ability. But again, he's got very good defensive attributes and he's got 16 of determination with very good potential ability. I think he will come good if he gets a little bit of game time this season. And with the way that we've worked it out with the squad, he should be able to get a bit of game time. Chi Ezanolim, he's a left back and centre back. He's 3-star current ability at centre back, but 3.5 at left back. So that is predominantly where we're going to play him. He's 21 years of age. Like I say, 3.5-star current ability. Again, 5-star potential. He's got good pace attributes and everything, and he's quite a good dribbler as well. So he can be going up and down that left-hand side and hopefully creating some good chances for our forwards. And again, there's a number of attributes there that are rated around 10. So he's got reasonable ability across the board, to be fair. And at this level, I think he will be a very good fullback for us. Jeremy Cato and Jack Pearson are currently in the senior side from the youth academy, purely for numbers. We have been struggling to find central midfielders, but hopefully we can get a couple in on loan. And that'll be before the next match after the Concord game. Hopefully they'll come in before that, and then we'll be able to drop them back into our under-18 side. As you can see, good determined characters, the two of them, but in terms of their current ability, they are a little bit iffy here and there. So plenty of room for them to improve, but for the time being, they're the best options we've got to cover spots in the squad. Harvey Kedwell has come in as a right winger. Again, good physical attributes, and he's quite a determined character. Work rate is a little bit of something to be desired, but in that inside forward role, he's currently a 3-star current ability with 5-star potential. Dribbling and crossing attributes are quite good as well, so hopefully he can do very well on that right hand side and create plenty of chances. Mikael Barnes is a central midfielder come attacking midfielder, and again 3.5-star current ability, 5-star potential. Very, very good mental attributes there, and 1 or 2 good physicals as well. The fact that he's got 14 for stamina means he will be able to run around constantly during the 90 minutes, and with good passing ability as well, he will be a very good playmaker type player in that central midfield. And then, last but not least, we have Tommy Lee Higgs, who is our main striker this season. Jaden Smith has developed that he can play wide left, so he could end up playing in there. And again, good physical attributes, but 16 for finishing. He is going to be a very, a very strong striker for us this season. Hopefully, we will do well with him. I do apologise, by the way. For some reason, I've got a bit of a frog in my throat this morning, so I do apologise. And in terms of new signings, like I say, we are looking at 4 loan deals at the moment. Ryan Battram from West Ham, who's a right back come central midfielder. Freddie Stanley, who's a left back. Abdoulaye Sambu, who's a right wing back come central midfielder. And Oakley Hazel, who's also a central midfielder. So we need the cover in those positions. So hopefully they will be able to come in. So in terms of that, let's see how we get on in our first game of the season away at Concord. And hopefully we can get a good start and we will be able to push on nicely, and we'll see what happens. We've done quite well in pre-season, like I say. The players seem to like this formation, and as you can see, we've got a good balance of quality in the squad as well, so hopefully it'll work out well. We have Akers in goal with Ezanolimo, Kocha, Candola and Hanks at the back. Seager, Barnes and Alador Hamilton in midfield, with Smith and Kedwell out wide and Higgs up front. So I am hoping for a good start, but it will take the team a little while to gel. Like I say, all of the pre-season games we've played teams that aren't as good as us. So the fact that we're now throwing ourselves into a reasonably tough league game, we'll have to see how we get on and how we match up as well. I've told the lads I expect to win today. Hopefully we will get a good result, and we'll just see how we get on today. Hopefully we'll develop as the season goes on. Even if we get a poor result today, it will give us a good idea of where we stand with the squad and with the loan players that are hopefully going to come in before the next game. I'm hopeful that with that extra improvement, we should be able to push on a little bit. Wilson with a throw for Concord finds Soul. Back into Wilson. He looks to whip it in. Alidor Hamilton does well to intercept that and knocks it forward looking for Higgs, but it's cleared by Robinson to Jones, who knocks it over the top, and Nketiah got there before our goalkeeper, and it's 1-0 to Concord here. Nketiah with a poacher's finish really, and Alex Akers with poor goalkeeping decision there, and it is 1-0 to the home side. We are yet to create anything so far, which is a bit of a concern. Jones here to Nasher. He whips it in and it's just about cleared away by Okocha, and it's fallen here for the right back Wilson, who whips it back in and it's cleared away again, and Barnes didn't even react to that, and Sol strikes it and it's hit the side netting, and we're not looking very good here considering. I think the shape is going to be a lot better for us as the season goes on, but we've not had a very good start here at all, and hopefully we can be a little bit more creative as the game goes on. Rough with the delivery, and Nketiah hits the crossbar. Alidor Hamilton manages to clear, and it remains 1-0, but we are not uh, doing very well. But saying that, we have had more shots on target than they have, but clearly nothing worth noting so far. And as we approach half time, we are a goal down, and it's not been particularly brilliant, but hopefully we will do a little bit better in the second half. Certainly not been good enough from the team. We've been very poor so far. I'll just tell them they've been terrible, which they have. We've not seen a single highlight, and as you can see by player ratings there, it's not looking too good, and we're going to have to improve as the season goes on. The only issue that we do have with the signings that we have made is that we've got a very young squad, so there's a lot of inexperience in there. But that will come with game time, and hopefully, even if we have a rough start to the season, as the season goes on, we will improve and start winning a few matches. Robinson does well to clear there, but Okocha gets onto it and finds Barnes. Barnes does well. That's a brilliant pass into Jaden Smith, and there's our equaliser. Brilliant finish from Jaden Smith. He was our top scorer last season with just short of 30 goals in all competitions, and he's opened the scoring here from that left-hand side. Really, really good goal for us, that one. And Barnes, our new central midfielder, Mikel Barnes, doing really well with the pass there. He's got 14 rating, I think it is, for him for passing, so he's certainly going to be a creator in that midfield for us. And this is Nketiah. Looks to strike, and he's hit the crossbar. That's the second time he's hit the crossbar, as well as getting his goal in the first half. And it remains one apiece. This is Rough now. Plays it back to Wilson, who whips it in. It's going to be cleared away by Hanks. Kedwell gets onto it, knocks it onto Tommy Lee Higgs, who couldn't keep hold of it, and it's going to be cleared forward now, once again, by the opposition, Concord. And Ogunwamide managed to get past Hanks, who's brought him down. It's a penalty kick. Hopefully Akers can do the job here in goal. It's Rough against Akers. Rough strikes. It's a brilliant save from Akers. Ogunwamide finds Rough though on the rebound, and it's 2-1. So unlucky. It was a brilliant save from the penalty kick. We're going to demand more. It's not been good enough overall. We did well to get that goal, and we played really well to get the goal as well, but unfortunately we've just not been, well, I'd say we've not been creating enough. We've created there or thereabouts the same as Concord, but in terms of highlights, Concord have been the better side today. We're going to make a couple of substitutions for the last 10 minutes. It's a little bit immaterial, I think, to be honest. We've been quite poor. As you can see, we're struggling for a little bit of fitness here and there. We're going to bring Mabet on for his debut at centre-back for Okocha. We're going to take Hanks off for Owusu Gimya for his first team debut as well. And I think, I think we'll bring Zach Newton on for Harvey Kedwell. And I think it would just be a case of seeing the game out. Hopefully we can create another opportunity as Akers looks to deliver forward here. Higgs does well. Seeger loses out to Good Life, but Alidor Hamilton gets onto it. And it's a brilliant ball forward to Newton, and Higgs is there. It's 2-2. The right-hand side combining there, our new fullback, Gimya, played it down the line for Newton, who whipped it in for Higgs. And our two substitutes on that right-hand side combining to create the opportunity for debutant Higgs, who has got his first goal in his first game of the season. So that is certainly a positive there. And we could have another opportunity here for Concord right at the end of the game. This is Yila. into Christie, knocks it back, and the cross is good, but Akers does well to make a claim there. And hopefully we might have an opportunity ourselves here. Akers looks to deliver forward. Jaden Smith chasing down Christie. And it's come to Ezanolim down this left-hand side. He looks over the top here for Smith. He has to put in the penalty area, finds Higgs, and the header's just wide. What a chance that was to win the game here. It'd have been a really good start to the season, that. And unfortunately, we've missed our opportunity. And this is Beanie who's going to clear it here for Concord. Saying that, I think it's going to be an odd highlight. Yep, it's full-time whistle instead. A 2-0 draw. It's not a bad result, really, considering. And in the end, with the creativity of that new look midfield with Barnes in there, Newton did well to come off the bench with an assist. Higgs got his goal. Smith got a goal. Ezanolim had a good solid debut at left back as well. Certainly a lot of positives to take from that. Yes, we've drawn the game rather than won it, but at 2-2, I think we've done very, very well there, to be honest. And I think with the loans coming in potentially for midfield, I think with that little extra cover in there, we might do well this season. But we'll have to wait and see. But that is not too bad, to be quite honest. I'm quite happy to take that as a draw, and hopefully we can push on from that as the season goes on. Yes, there's one or two negatives. A few of the players that have come into the side today, they didn't have good ratings for the match. But the fact that we've not lost a game is a positive, and we've got an immediate game straight after at home against Oxford City. I'm not going to show you that one, we're just going to have the one game in today's episode after going through the transfers. But hopefully we will be able to do well this season, and I think there's certainly things to work on. There always is, but in terms of the way we've played this season, in pre-season especially, and to go into that first game of the season and play well away from home, which was a bit of a concern last season. We did tend to struggle away. I think there's certainly positives to take. One thing I didn't go through with the transfers as well was the teams that these players were at previously. So, Chi Chiazanolin, he's actually been in and around the Vanarama South previously. He was at Welling before us, so that was the same league, of course. But previously to that, he was at Millwall in the Championship. So Ezanolim's used to playing at this level, so I think that'll be a good bit of experience in terms of him. Mikel Barnes, who came in, he was originally at Aston Villa. Obviously, he didn't play a game, but the fact that he's come through at a Premier League side will give us good experience in there. Filisef Mabet was previously at Wolves, again, Premier League. Nana Owusu Giamia, who was he at previously? He was previously at Shrewsbury in League One, so not not quite as high up, but again, experience at a higher level. Nottingham Forest previously for Justin Hanks, who's of course our key signing, our key signing this season. Cam Candola, another one from Wolves, formerly in the Premier League. Tommy Lee Higgs, previously of Southampton in the Premier League. Again, these players never played a senior appearance, but the fact that they've trained with Premier League clubs shows how well that they've done. Harvey Kedwell, previously of League One side Charlton, and Jacob Marsden, who's the older of the players that we brought in. He started his career at Ipswich, didn't play a single game, and he's been in around levels lower than us, but he did play in the Scottish Premier League once for Hamilton. And again, Vanarama South for Chelmsford last season before last, didn't play a game last season, and then he's coming to us this season. So he's had a bit of a stop-start career. But again, he has played at this level, so the experience is there. And with a lot of these youngsters formerly of Premier League clubs, they've trained at a higher level, so hopefully they will be able to improve. If you're wondering about the BPR that's next to all the players, by the way, players have reacted badly to collective win bonuses. Now, we were a little bit short on money. I overspent a little bit in terms of wages to bring all these players in. So I lowered all of the collective bonuses for the end of the season, largely to try and balance the books a little bit. It's still not been enough, unfortunately, but the players wanted a little bit more in the way of bonuses. But if they play well, then the bonus will be to play in a better league eventually. So that's my opinion. Surely there's a motivation there. As you can see, wage budget, we are overspent. We're overspent in scouting budget as well. So we're not going to be scouting any more players this season. And transfer budget obviously is nil. So we're pretty much spent up. The loan players that we're looking at bringing in are going to cost nothing. We're hopefully going to have them all for one season, but they're not going to cost anything on wages. So it's a bit of smart business there, and hopefully they will improve the side as well, which in turn will improve our fortunes as the season goes on. Well, guys, thank you very much for watching this opening episode for season 2. I'm really enjoying the save so far. I hope you are as well. Please like and subscribe to the channel. All your support is greatly appreciated. I will see you all next time, and this is Big Will signing away.